In our kitchen, among the everyday spices, there is a hidden substance that very few people know about its incredible benefits. Dear friends, scientific discoveries show that this substance significantly reduces the risk of developing many types of cancer. But during these same studies, scientists also discovered another extremely important fact. They found that when this substance is combined with a medication that oncologists prescribe for treating breast cancer, it cuts the risk of breast cancer recurrence in the future by half. However, if we make a simple mistake when consuming it, its anti-cancer properties are severely, truly severely reduced. So, what is this amazing ingredient that can be found in our kitchen? Dear friends, it's nothing other than coffee. But as I mentioned, unfortunately, many of us make a big and fundamental mistake that almost eliminates its anti-cancer properties. So today, our video is both about the anti-cancer benefits of coffee and about what we should add to coffee to make these benefits even stronger, as well as how not to destroy these benefits. I've divided the video into 3 sections. In the first part, I'll explain how much coffee reduces the risk of certain cancers and how much you need to drink to get this effect. The second part is about what to combine with coffee to make its anti-cancer effect stronger. And in the third part, I'll talk about the most important mistake that can destroy coffee's anti-cancer properties. A mistake that unfortunately most of us make. So let's start with the first section. Today we'll begin with the liver because coffee's protective effect is strongest here. People who drink 3 to 4 cups of coffee a day are 50% less likely to develop liver cancer. And research shows that those who drink 5 or more cups can reduce this risk by up to 76%. The next cancer I must mention is colon cancer. Here, just 2 cups of coffee a day reduces the risk of this cancer by 26%. And the next cancer, which only affects women, is uterine cancer. According to current knowledge, drinking 4 cups of coffee a day means a 25 to 30% reduction in the risk of this cancer. But coffee also protects against male cancers. In this case, we're talking about prostate cancer. Men who drink a moderate amount, about 3 cups a day, are 11% less likely to develop this cancer. And now, to briefly mention other cancers, drinking a moderate amount of coffee, meaning 2 to 3 cups a day, also reduces the risk of these cancers. Brain cancer by up to 15%, pancreatic cancer by up to 17%, skin cancer by 18 to 20%, and, quite amazingly, oral cancers by up to 31%. However, friends, it has been shown that coffee, under certain conditions that I'll explain in a moment, has an even better protective effect. Now, let's move on to the second section, anti-cancer coffee combinations. Well, you might be asking yourself, what is the magic of coffee anyway? What is it in these bitter beans that makes them so powerful? The answer lies in the army hidden within, a defense made up of compounds concealed in every cup of coffee. The most important soldiers in this army are chlorogenic acids and other polyphenols. These are incredibly powerful antioxidants that act like a shield, protecting our cells from damage. They prevent free radicals, those tiny troublemakers in our bodies, from damaging the DNA of our cells and turning them cancerous. In addition, coffee helps the body to quell chronic inflammation, the very inflammation that sets the stage for tumor growth, and even assist the liver in processing toxins more efficiently and quickly. So coffee isn't just an energizing drink. In a way, it strengthens our body's defense and cleansing system so they can fight off defective cells themselves. Currently, there are 2 studies showing that combining coffee with other substances enhances its protective effects. But even more importantly, one study shows that a specific combination not only reduces the risk of metastasis, that is the spread of cancer, but also lowers the risk of cancer recurrence. Let's start with this case. A group of Swedish scientists decided, during breast cancer treatment with a standard drug called tamoxifen, to divide patients into 2 groups. One group received only tamoxifen, but the second group took the same drug plus 2 cups of coffee a day. And what was the result? Women who drank 2 cups of coffee a day while taking tamoxifen were 50% less likely to experience a recurrence of breast cancer compared to women who only took the medication and did not drink coffee. But here, Let me remind you again that all of this can be pointless if you make that common mistake. Now, let's move on to a very unusual combination: coffee and magnesium. Friends, it turns out that these two together provide strong protection against colon cancer. Anyone at higher risk for this cancer should pay attention to this combination. Every additional 100 milligrams of magnesium in your diet, provided you also regularly drink coffee, increases coffee's protective effect by 19%. And finally, we come to the third part: mistakes that destroy coffee's anti-cancer properties. The first mistake is adding milk to your coffee. If you drink coffee with milk, it's true that many of its health benefits are preserved, but unfortunately a large part of its anti-cancer potential is lost. Why? Because the proteins in milk, mainly casein, bind to the anti-cancer compounds in coffee, namely chlorogenic acids, and reduce their absorbable concentration by up to 30%. This is a significant loss for such a valuable beneficial substance. Now, the second mistake, a mistake that perhaps 100% of coffee drinkers make. I myself made this mistake for a long time. For coffee to release the most of its beneficial compounds, you need to brew it at 90 degrees Celsius. That means you shouldn't pour boiling water directly over it. You should wait a bit. Secondly, to fully extract the coffee's compounds, it should remain at this temperature for exactly 6 minutes. And finally, a warning. It has been shown that drinking coffee incorrectly increases the risk of a certain type of cancer, esophageal cancer. If you drink your coffee very, very hot, unfortunately, this risk goes up. Fortunately, this is a rare cancer, but the risk increases when coffee is above 65 degrees Celsius. Thank you for staying with me until the end of the video. Please like and hit the pro option so this video reaches more people. Watch these videos for more information and write in the comments which country and city you're watching this video from. Until the next video or whenever.